So, ladies and gentlemen, this is just a quick, very short text tutorial for your assignment, 20 layers assignment. This item here, you need to incorporate some kind of text in Photoshop with a layer style. And that'll be 5 points of your assignment. So into Photoshop, the text tool is the hotkey T, and that's going to take you to the text tool. And then you can see here that there are hidden tools. There's the horizontal type tool, the vertical type tool, and then the bottom two I'm not even going to explain right now because I actually don't even know how to use them. The one I use mostly is the horizontal type tool. You can use that or vertical. It doesn't matter to me. So just click. You'll notice here that I am not going to make a new layer. This is a locked gradient layer, and I have my text tool selected. And what you want, don't draw out a text box like you would do in Google Docs or Microsoft Word. In Photoshop, what I want you to do is just click. Okay, and you'll see a line that's blinking. I'm going to type the word blank. Okay. All right, so I've typed it. You can see that it's still blinking, which means I can type more. But to edit this, you want to click off of the layer and then back on and go to the Move tool. Okay, the Move tool. Now I can move it around. To use a bigger font, press T for text, for type tool. Okay, go back to the type tool, make sure you're on the layer, and go right up close to it. I'm going to zoom in. Right up to the edge of the word K and just click. And now I can continue to type. I can also highlight it, and you can see the options up here. Here's the font size. So I'm going to go all the way to 72. I'm also going to change the color by double clicking the T right here. Okay, that didn't work. All right, try here. So make sure you're on here, double click. Click off and click back on. There we go. Let's try it again. Double click. Okay, yep. So just go to your double click the box. That'll select it, and then just go here and you can change your color. And then if you want to see it, click off and click back on. Move tool, moving around. Some other things you can do if you're on the type tool, just double click, and then you can go up here to this T with the little arch underneath. Press it, and you get this palette called Warp Text. And you see this drop down style, the style drop down. You can choose arch, arc lower, and you can play around with these sliders. You can see all the options here. More arch, bulge, shell lower, shell upper, flag. It's an interesting one. Okay, I'm going to choose that. Click off, click back on. Again, double click. Choose the color swatch box, change the color. Okay. You can also change the font. You have to go back to T, press T. Again, just like before, go right to the edge, highlight it, and I'm going to change it to any of these fonts in here. You can actually also download, well, you can't, but your teacher can download fonts to your computer. But for this assignment, we're not going to be doing that. Just choose a font. I get lost in all these fonts. Where's Arial? I'll do Broadway. Okay. Click off, click on. You can also Control T. You can Control T anything in Photoshop, right? Because what do we have here? If I press T and I highlight this, you can see here it only goes up to 72. If you want it bigger, that's no problem. Just Control T and then hold down the Shift key. And then rotate. Right click inside. Warp. Actually, warp doesn't work with text. Right click skew. I'm pretty sure that does. Yep, skew's working. right click, scale, right click, flip, horizontal, flip vertical, etc., etc. Control Z to undo that. And one of the things that you need to do is not only type something using the text tool, but you also need to use a layer style, because it says here some kind of text with a layer style on it. And so again, to access the layer style panel, just double click the right side of the layer. And then you can use any layer style you want. Drop shadows. Maybe a gradient overlay. And then of course, you can change your gradients. I don't know if you can move these around, and you can move these too. It's really cool. It's okay. I might do a bevel and emboss on that. Nah, that's too much. How about a texture? Less size. Hey, there we go. Press OK. So something very simple, like using the text tool. You can type, much like you can type in Microsoft Word or Google Docs. You can keep it really, really simple. But for this particular assignment, I want you to kind of step outside of the box and use those layer styles and see the amazing possibilities and things that you can do with the text tool in Photoshop. So again, I can move this around. See if I can blend it also. Blending modes. No, because I put a gradient overlay that's going to prevent me from being able to blend it. But if you don't do a gradient overlay, if I were to take that off, I do believe I could use blending modes. Yes, that'll give you all kinds of different options as well. You can do blending modes pretty much on any layer. Now I like the one at the bottom. That one. Okay. All right, so that is the end of the tutorial on Photoshop's type tool or text tool. It's called both. There are tons of other things you can do with text. It gets way more advanced. That is for another assignment.